Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I don't know, to end this show today, I've been trying to get this guy on the air for about 3 or 4 weeks, and he's either in the duck blind or he's out catching fish or whatever. And I said, well, Joella Bates was on before him. And Joella was still talking when we left her, I think.
I could believe that.
And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just let Joella just go on, and because I probably won't get Steve McCadams on the phone.
She's remarkable.
Yeah. And Joella is such a remarkable guest that we're going to have to do 2 parts to her, because we do actually have on Outdoors with Larry Ray the legendary Steve McCadams, and he's where he loves to be
with
right
his
now,
bestest buddy.
with his best friend. What's your dog's name?
My dog name's Avery.
Avery.
That's right.
Is in the duck.
Yeah.
They're working on duck blinds. And I think when I was deer hunting last Saturday, I thought I heard Avery bark and you shooting. So
she is a faithful companion. She's with me through thick and thin. But good to be back with you guys again. And
yeah.
Here I am talking about duck hunting, but unfortunately I hadn't got enough water, so we're all.
Oh no!
So were you able to hunt?
Rain dance here in the old Vine Bottom.
Well, it's coming. It's coming. Now, were you able to hunt last weekend at all?
Yes, I hunted West Sandy up here at Kentucky Lake, and we had several wildlife management areas around us: Big Sandy, Gin Creek, Camden Bottoms, and over in Dover. And then we have a big unit here at West Sandy, and some of them had fair luck. Most needed more water.
Yeah.
A lot of wood ducks, a few teal. Gadwalls, not many mallards. Mallard numbers were down across the whole region, really.
Yeah.
And I had 2 or 3 good reports. We had one little WMA that did go up at Gin Creek around Big Sandy, but the lion's share of hunters did not see many mallards, nor did they have enough water. So, and we need some weather to go with it too. So, everybody's got our fingers crossed that the second segment might be a little bit kinder to waterfowlers.
Well, that's what Dave Gabbert's listening to right there, because he's the only one that probably knows where every one of those things you just mentioned where.
Yeah. Well, they're popular units up here in the Kentucky Lake and Berkeley Lake area, and we got them scattered all across West Tennessee. I have a farm in Old Vine Bottom near Kenton, Tennessee, which is right near Hop-In Refuge and Manus Swamp Refuge areas. Popular on the middle fork of the Old Vine, but there are a lot of farms up and down the whole tributary here that are bone dry.
They are bone dry.
Some can pump up. If they've got irrigation or pumping capabilities, that's good for them, of course. But to really get those ducks to come up these bottoms, we need some hard rains to get them to come off the Mississippi and come up through here and on their normal routes. But it'll happen sooner or later.
And you get that little 2-day test in November that they throw in the Thanksgiving hunt and just kind of whets your appetite. And then you go right back to working on the duck blind next week, and now cranking up on December the 5th for the rest of the year. You've been doing this a long time, Steve. I'm not aging you because I had Lou Williams on the show earlier, and Lou is 90. I don't know if you know Lou Williams out of Pickwick.
I did not know Lou was that old. I know Lou. We've had mutual respect for each other for a long time, and I never fished with him, but we've both been at it a long time.
Well, they're having a benefit tournament for him next Saturday at Pickwick.
Well, good for him. Deserving.
He's 90 years old, and I'm not putting you in that category because I'm 80, and I don't mind mentioning that, but
well, I'm just 70, so I'm younger than.
You're just a pup. Yeah, you and Gabbert can talk about the old days, and everything. But
well, I tell you what, when you're out here dragging and pulling and chainsawing and all this stuff around the duck blind that nobody sees is dirty work, or a lot of people don't see it.
That's right. Yeah.
It reminds me of my age because I have been pulling and yanking and lifting that I can't do it like I used to do. And,
oh, really? No, that's
unfortunately, the ducks don't know how much you spend, how much you work, how far you travel,
they don't
how
care.
early you get up.
I don't know, but Tuesday I was at a deer stand 25 feet up with a heater, a nice chair and everything, and a deer walked out at 8:50, and I got meat in the freezer, and so I'm okay. You got to kill a lot of ducks to get as much meat as I do in a deer. So
that's not even deer hunting. You just been in your living room hunting.
Well, I was going to, but I didn't. I went out. So let's talk about the lack of water. Dave Gabbert's listening in. Gene is too also. Steve, this is becoming a pattern, it seems to me like. I know I got some friends up in southeast Missouri hunting for 5 days up there. They've got some water they've had, but in the Obion and the other places like that, it's just a pattern, and we I don't know how many days you're going to hunt this year when you have that many days to hunt, but what's the prognostication here, buddy?
Well, it was, we were dry last year at the same time. It's almost a carbon copy of last year.
It is, isn't it?
And we'll get the rain sooner or later. We always do. But when it's dry like this, the ducks follow the water, you might say, and the lack of water changes their route. I've got friends hunting in Boot Hill, Missouri, and Arkansas last week, and in Kentucky's a little bit needing water too. The Mississippi looks like a ditch. I mean, it's nowhere near its normalcy. Yeah. And when that happens, the ducks don't fly their normal routes and come up these tributary rivers like the Obion, the Forked Deer, and the Hatchie, and all these places that will get ducks sooner or later because they come up off the Mississippi and come into these units for feeding and resting, and they've had a waterfowl tradition for a long, long time. But when Mother Nature plays tricks on you, it just it changes the whole picture. I mean, a lot of people are not able to hunt. Even some public hunting areas under TWA's umbrella, they have pumped up water in some areas, but they still need Mother Nature to
need more
help. Some blinds are not accessible, so that's tough when you hadn't got a place to go. But
and the weather.
And the weather.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some rain. Friday we had some rain, and this being Saturday morning, then we're going back in the 60s. We've got a lot of wind. Got a lot of wind over the weekend and things along that line. Even I'm discovering in the deer part at the same time that I would feel like a deer if the weather is really warm and things like. I think I may lay around for a while, and then
we've had a lot of big buck protection in Henry County, and we're already above the 2,000 harvest. We're one of about 7 or 8 counties in the state that's crossed that threshold, and a lot of good deer have been taken in our area. But deer hunters are like duck hunters. They'd like to see a little cool weather in front, and it makes the deer move better when you get a weather change. And the fishermen like it. These late fall crappie fishermen are loving the warm weather. They don't like the high winds, but they like the temperatures that we've been having. So,
are you
poor weatherman, he can't please everybody.
Are you hanging up the crappie fishing now? Are you going?
I have, I changed hats. Once waterfowl season gets here, there's many demands on getting blinds and farms and everything ready, and carpet work, and fighting beavers, and there's just a potpourri of things that you have to work on.
Well, you know where all your stake beds are anyway. You've only got 18,000 out there someplace.
Some of my beds are hid so good the fish can't even find them. So,
Well, are you booking now? Are you still booking some trips? Or you got some?
I'm taking a few trips. I have backed off some. I've had to. It's my 48th year, I think, or 49th. I forget how long.
48.
And and I'm having to back off some. I don't want 58 days of a duck season like I once did.
Wow,
I'm taking a few.
Yeah. Well, when the duck season's that long, we appreciate you, buddy, and. It's always good. Go to read. His reports are always on my website, LarryRay.com, and it's always good to talk to Steve and know that some of us are still trying. We're
keep on going. That's right. Keep trucking.
We're pushing. Thank you, Steve, buddy. Have a great weekend.
Good to be with you guys again.
Go back to pulling brush, okay?
All right. I'm getting ready for the ducks. If one comes by, I'm going to be ready for him.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye.
All right.
Steve McCadams, and 48 years of guiding.
It's got to be something you love.
He's got to slow down sometime, though.
Right, yeah.
Well,
he needs some young blood in there helping him out.
He's got plenty of blood. It ain't young.
Yeah.
We've been kind of on the old blood trail today.
I know we are.
Gabbert, you've known McCadams a while. Can you imagine guiding for 48 years?
Yeah, I remember back in the days when, out of a 60-day duck season, I might be in the blind for 40 days.
Yeah, but 60 days, all 50.
For 48 years, it's like a day without ibuprofen.
I know that's right.
Well, if I was going to spend that many days in duck blind, I want to make sure I have Dave Gabbert cooking.
That's right.
You know, I mean,
and one of them lazy boy recliners.
Yeah, I want one of those chef's outfits.
That's right.
That he has. But anyway, let me tell you about next week's show here because we'll be back in with a little fishing with Ron Wong. You know that, and we're going to be talking to Tom Benson of the Tennessee Aquarium. We pushed him back. Always things going on at the Tennessee Aquarium and everything. We're getting ready to crank up the physically challenged deer hunt down at Arca Butler. Those guys are getting ready to roll out down there, and I know we're going to probably talk about that on next week's show. But Pun Man, you put up your book. We got 2 minutes.
All right.
All right.
You know, when we were younger, we used to do sit-ups, push-ups.
Push-ups.
One hand, two hands.
Yep.
Now we do it when we're putting our clothes on, your breeches, your shoes, your socks.
That's our exercise?
Yeah, it's the same.
Getting dressed is exercise?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We had a young lady at church that said she never had trouble. All her friends are climbing mountains and riding bicycles and everything.
Yeah.
She about had trouble getting her breeches on.
Okay. We probably need to talk to Dale Sanders again. He's back from 1 month in the Philippines.
All right.
Yeah, with his wife, going back to where her roots are. It was fascinating keeping up with him.
First time I met her, I asked her, I said, what do you think about him doing it? She said, they was in Europe one time, and he said, let's walk across Europe. She said, okay. She didn't think he meant it.
He means a lot. Okay, David, any of y'all kill any deer up there yet with your grandkids or anything?
Oh, no, I don't get cranked up and let the grandkids get cranked up.
That's what I mean. Are they
later on around Christmas and stuff? I like it where it's cold, where I can hang it and not have to,
well, you don't have far to walk either.
Because I take mine to Dave down there at Dave Payne. And,
well, that's the place to take it, folks. Go to Dave Payne you don't crank up later.
I like to have a little time to get it down there.
Well, Shelby, thank you very much. No trumpet. Trumpet will be in 2 weeks, Shelby. Okay? You going to remember that? She's shaking her head. I heard it. I mean, I saw it.
Oh, I saw it.
Okay.
And,
all right.
And don't forget, if you get a chance, go visit Shelby Forest Taxidermy. He got a nice showroom.
Yeah, you need to go up there and see that. This is Larry Ray reminding you to do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else?
God
bless
USA.
USA.